Welcome to Summoner's Summer. I'm your host Arrow, and this is the third game of the relegation series between LMQ and XDG. Like always, let's take a look at those team comps. Now, XDG has a poke comp, which means we really want to focus on the engage coming out of LMQ. And all they really have for engage in this team is the Yasuo knockup, the Lulu knockup, and what I really hope to see is the Kha'Zix stealth and then jump into the middle of XDG into the Lulu knockup so that Yasuo can ultimate. Now, like I said, XDG has great siege and poke coming out of that Caitlyn and Italy. And they also have very solid disengage with the Morgana, the Lee Sin, and the Ryze. It's also worth noting that Ryze will scale incredibly hard into the late game, so you're going to want to watch for LMQ to try to keep him down early. Since we have standard lanes, all the pressure early is going to be applied by the jungler. Now, this invade would be great except for the miscommunication by LMQ. Xiao isn't able to follow up, which means that what clearly could have been a one team fight instead is first blood for XDG. But No Name doesn't let that stop him, making a quick trip up to the top lane to make sure to keep that Ryze down. And right here, for whatever reason, Benny doesn't want to use his teleport, and that turns this into a 5v4 in LMQ's favor. And because of that, they're able to push down not just one tower, but two towers in the mid lane, while XDG is able to respond with only a single tower in the bot lane, meaning that XDG is now behind two towers and 2 kills. This is one of the more interesting team fights of the game. If you watch the bottom right corner of the minimap, Benny is going to teleport in so far behind LMQ that he's not even involved in the fight. If XDG were to stay and fight, they would get a clean ace before Benny could even show up. So, luckily, XDG is able to escape with just slivers of their health bars remaining. And even better, Xiao is about to split off from the rest of his team and walk right up to the Benny who is hiding in the bush. And this is perfect because it gives XDG a chance to kit this dragon, really allowing them to claw themselves back into this game. At this point, we've come to an awkward juncture in the game, because LMQ can't siege, seeing as Lucian is their only real tower damage and XDG can just wave clear. And they also don't have good engage. All they have is the Yasuo knockup and the Lulu knockup. So what they have to do is try to create vision control around Baron, get picks, and hopefully get Baron off of it. And as you can see, they're going to try this a couple of times before they're actually able to secure this Baron. The only bad thing is, after that happens, they've really run out of plays, and they're going to have to find a different way to force fights so that they can try to get those kills and push into XDG's base. For the third and final time, Manclad's going to get picked off shortly before the push that's going to allow LMQ to close out the game. I think that when it comes down to it, LMQ really does deserve this spot that they're going to gain in the LCS. We've seen them run 3 different team comps extremely well against what was one of the top teams in the LCS in previous splits. Not only did they run their different team comps well, but they showed that they were really able to snowball the littlest bit of an advantage that XDG was able to get. I think that when it comes down to it, LMQ has the potential to be one of those top 4 teams in the LCS, and I do think that we will most likely see them in the playoffs in this upcoming split.